So in today's tutorial, guys, I thought that I would teach you all how to make a very, very big topic subject at the moment, a very, very popular product, which are color correctors. We're going to be making a yellow color corrector today, and I'll put a color wheel here somewhere so you guys can understand the theory behind. Look at that. That self-tanning experiment. Looks hideous, I know, but hey, you've got to, I don't test on animals, I always test on myself. So yeah, anyway, get back on subject, Joseph, sorry. Yeah, I mean, the color theory will dictate the colors we use, and what we're aiming to do is to use a color to neutralize another color. So if you look at the color wheel here, or wherever I'm going to put it in the end, look at the, because if you think about it, color under your eye, it's sort of, look closely at my eye now, guys. I don't have many dark circles under my eyes, but everyone's got some bluish or green or red under their eyes. And what we need to do is we need to look at the color wheel. They're bluey, aren't they? Bluey grey. What we need to do is look at the color wheel, and the color directly opposite the color of concern, if you like, is the color which is going to fix that issue. So say I had a green, my face, sorry, red, green, what am I talking about? Red on my face, and I want to neutralize the red. Look at the color wheel. What's the color directly opposite red? Green. So in order to correct a red imbalance or a red hue on your skin or a blemish which is red, you'll need green or a product with green in it. And the color which sits directly opposite blue, and we are talking blue under the eyes, is yellow. So and using a yellow product on our skin will neutralize the blue. Obviously we need to then apply concealer or makeup or foundation on top of the color correction we've just applied to our skin. However, it will give us a better base to then affect the application of concealer, so on, so that we're not just putting it straight on top of the issue, if you like. The only issue I have with color correctors is the fact that it is an additional product to our arsenal to look gorgeous. So if beauty companies are listening to this, please come up with a color corrector and concealer in one. It would make life so much easier. And also the color corrector I'm going to show you today it's yellow color corrector. So it's going to be correcting blue or those shadows under our eyes, those bluish gray shadows under our eyes. My color corrector does so much more than just color correct. What my color corrector does is it also reduces wrinkles, it helps to smooth skin, so it is skincare and color correction in one. What I'll do, beautiful ones, is I'll talk you through each ingredient we're going to use in our skincare meets color correction. I suppose that's as good a title as any, or as good a name as any. So the first thing we're going to use is it's going to be an emulsifying wax and oil formula. You've seen me make loads of those, so I don't have to go over that now. And if you're unsure about that, look at my tutorial on how to make a white cream. Why do I keep doing that? What's up with me? Stop it, Joseph. Tap his hand. Right. So this is the first ingredient we're going to need. Titanium dioxide. Titanium dioxide is a white giving pigment, basically. It's a pure white pigment. It also adheres to the skin incredibly well. Once you've put it on, it is incredibly hard to shift this stuff. So why put something white under your eye, which is going to have yellow in it too? Well, think about it logically, guys. If we just put something yellow under our eye, it's not with the shadow or the dark patch underneath. It's not going to cover it as well as if we have something white in the formula. The white's going to give opacity to the formulation so that any color correcting we do on top of the whiteness will be enhanced or made much more vivid, thus making the formulation far more effective. The second ingredient we'll need, of course, is caffeine or caffeine. We don't say caffeine in England, we say caffeine. We put emphasis on the first syllable. Americans tend to put emphasis on the second syllable, making it caffeine. We say caffeine. FYI. Anyway, get on with the tutorial, Joseph. Yep, trying to. So caffeine, these are, I think there's something like 50 milligrams or possibly even 100 milligrams per tablet in here. These are water soluble, and the reason we're using caffeine in our formulation is because this is one of the skincare parts of this color correcting formula. Caffeine is a very potent antioxidant. It also helps to drain lymph from the under eye area. So as well as deshadowing or unshadowing our under eye area, this formula will also help to drain away the lymph, which is the fluid which gathers under our eyes and causes puffiness. And also it's a potent anti-irritant too. It's also a deadly poison, guys. I knew a chap in Brighton when I worked in Brighton Accident Emergency as a registered nurse there. He killed himself with an overdose of caffeine tablets, so do be careful when using it. The third ingredient we're going to be using is one of my favourite ingredients of the moment, which is beta carotene. Beta carotene is the colour which is responsible for red and orange leaves in winter. So it's a very, very good source of yellow pigment. This formula has got nothing, no dyes or anything. A lot of these under eye correctors or concealers or whatever they're called has very, very strong yellow dyes or pigments in them, which aren't natural. However, beta carotene is natural. It's also the precursor to vitamin A, pure vitamin A. So it's also going to smooth fine lines and wrinkles under our eyes, as well as correct any grayness or blueness under our eyes. And lastly, but by no means least, coenzyme Q10. This is another orange coloured antioxidant or vitamin. It's also called ubiquinone, I'll write this down here, which is a close relative of idebenone, which is the active ingredient in Elizabeth Arden's Prevage range. I might put a little bottle of that here so you guys can see what I'm talking about, which is an ultra expensive version of coenzyme Q10. So this, we're adding this to that's the poltergeist in my kitchen. I'm sure it keeps making really bang crackling noises, and I'm not even in the kitchen and no one else is here. So, and I haven't got mice either. Before any of you suggest I've got mice, no mice. It's definitely a poltergeist. I'm haunted. Help. Right. No. And the reason that we're adding coenzyme Q10 is for two reasons, really, guys. Two reasons. Firstly, is the fact that it has a very, very strong peachy sort of orangey. It's basically this sort of saffrony sort of colour to it, although it's not as strong as something like beta carotene. Beta carotene will, once it's on, it will stay there for ages, giving you the longer wear of your colour corrector. Coenzyme Q10 also has a peachy orangey undertone, or it's just basically, it hasn't got undertones, it is orange and peach, all of the colours we're after. And so it adds another level of yellow colouring to the under eye concealer. But, and this is the big but, guys, coenzyme Q10 is also capable of exacting an anti-wrinkle effect. Sounds incredible, but it's true. What it does, coenzyme Q10 does, is it gives skin the energy it needs to repair itself, basically. So I will be doing a tutorial on how to make a coenzyme Q10 serum very soon. But for now, in today's tutorial, all we need to know is that it's going to correct colour, and it's also going to bring skincare benefits too. Right, without any further ado, I'll show you how to make the peach or orange under eye concealer with skincare benefits, and we'll talk afterwards about how to use and how to get the most out of it, and of course benefits, and the most important question of all, price. All right guys, see you soon. Right, beautiful ones, here's how we make skincare meets colour correction. So in my jug I've got around 100 ml of water. It's just cold tap water. I'm going to put into my water 2 tablets of caffeine. Give those a quick stir and put to one side. Right, this is the cream face, so we'll need emulsifying wax. An oil of your choice. Here I'm using pure mineral oil, but you can use any other oil you want: almond oil, grapeseed oil, olive oil, sunflower oil, and a bowl to do our mixing in. Do make sure it's a Pyrex dish or a microwavable dish, guys. Oops. So into my bowl I'm going to add 2 teaspoonfuls of emulsifier, well, 1.5 actually. Into my 1.5 teaspoons of emulsifying wax, I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 teaspoonfuls of mineral oil. So basically it's a 1:2 ratio. So this is titanium dioxide powder. This is a pure white pigment, guys. This is eyeshadow. This is what they use in eyeshadows. It's perfectly safe to use around your eyes. Non-toxic. Won't irritate either. And this is going to give the opacity to the formula so that it makes the orange pigment stand out on our skin. can use around 1/4 teaspoon here, guys. You can add more if you want. If you want a more stronger look, it's entirely up to you. But play around, just experiment. You know, I mean, there are no set rules to skincare. Making your own skincare, right? Beta carotene. This is going to give us the gorgeous peach tones we're after. And that one capsule caused me so much hassle, guys. It really did. I just couldn't get the contents into the bowl. I kept sticking to my fingers. So write this one off. And I'll add another one in a second. You'll see me do that. Possibly around 1.5 capsules, but, you know, add 2 if you want, or just use 1 or 1.5. Should we say it's just what? Let's just say it's 1 just for the sake of this tutorial. So yeah, add 1 capsule of beta carotene. And as you can see, I pop the last bit on the side of the bowl, which I'll incorporate when I'm stirring. And you can see the formula in the bowl looks sort of like a salmony pink colour, doesn't it, guys? Doesn't look peach at all. It will do when it comes out of the microwave. There we are. It's been in the microwave for around 30 seconds, possibly a little bit longer until all the emulsifying wax is melted. And at the same time, we've heated up the water with the caffeine in too. Just give that a quick stir because you've got the titanium dioxide, which tends to sink to the bottom. So just before you add the water, you need to give that a quick stir, just to disperse the titanium dioxide. So now I'm going to add some of our caffeine water liquid. I'm going to add 5 teaspoons. That's 5, thank you. Right, better get stirring now. And as this formulation cools, guys, it will thicken. And you'll see me add the coenzyme Q10 in a minute, and the formula just readily accepts it because it's oil soluble. Coenzyme Q10 is an oil soluble vitamin. And we are using oil in the cream, so, you know, it just accepts it and it dissolves quite readily. Right, coenzyme Q10 going in. We're going to add 2 capsules of this. And this will give us the anti-aging, pro-aging effects of the eye corrector, under eye corrector. This will give the skin the energy to repair itself. So as well as having corrected under eyes, you'll have smooth and line-free under eyes too. Can't be bad, eh? Right, get that last drop in there. Smear it, that's it, wipe it on the side, that's it. Same with the beta carotene sticking to the side earlier. Don't worry, guys, we'll incorporate it into the formula just by stirring. Now it's a case of just stirring this up until it's cooled. This will correct any dark shadows under eyes, reduce fine lines and wrinkles. Alright guys, that's today's tutorial. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. So guys, that's how we make this, our peach colour corrector for blue and purple under eye areas. This will also help to smooth fine lines and wrinkles. It will help to reduce their appearance because this is a skincare product and a colour corrector in one. I don't know whether they exist or not. If they do, can someone let me know, please, in the comments below? And this costs a matter of pence to make. I'll talk about price in a minute, but it was incredibly easy to make, guys, wasn't it? I will just say, if you want a more of an orangey hue to it, this is quite peach. It doesn't look it on camera, but it is actually very peach. I don't know, has anyone watched John McLean? He's a makeup artist from Scotland, and he uses a salmon. One of his favourites is a Cryolin, I think it is, a Cryolin colour corrector, and he uses a salmon one. And that's what this reminds me of a lot. But getting off the beaten track, if you want a more of an orangey, a stronger colour, just add more beta carotene. Don't worry about using too much Q10 because coenzyme Q10 isn't that strong a pigment, whereas beta carotene is. And the thing which makes a huge difference to this formulation is the addition of titanium dioxide, guys. It's a perfectly safe ingredient. It's used in eyeshadows, sunscreens, loads of stuff we put on our face, so we can use it quite safely around our eyes. And what the addition of titanium dioxide to the formula is doing is it's giving it a white background to then enhance the peach or the orange or whichever colour we choose to put on top of the peach. Right, without any further ado, I'll put some on my face so you guys can see. Coming close. And the way to use colour correctors is just to firstly identify areas of correction or areas which need correction. So in my case, it would be this part here of my eye, possibly that area here. So what I'll do is I'll just load some of this onto my brush. You can use your fingers, guys. I just prefer to use a brush when applying anything to my eyes. Don't ask me why. And just go in with him there. And it will adhere to your skin because of the titanium dioxide. Put some there. Go all the way under the eye. Why not, eh? And then with your finger just massage it in. And that will help to eliminate any bluish grey tones you have under your eyes. So what I've done is I've backed up again, and I think you can definitely tell a difference in my under eye, can't you? I mean, look at that one compared to that one. It just looks so much better. There's none of that grey colour underneath. And what you would then do is, where's my concealer? Oh, bugger. Oh, I don't know what I've done with it. Useful, Joseph, very useful. But yeah, it is a quite creamy formula, so concealer will slide on top of that one. And of course, regular use will give you eye skincare benefits too, and I think that's amazing. And obviously you can just double up or triple up the amount of beta carotene if you want a much stronger. Wow, that is incredible, isn't it? And we're not trying to cover up dark circles. All we're trying to do is correct them, or shadows or anything on our face. Bear in mind this side of my face is darker because the light's coming from here. Perhaps I should have put some on this eye instead. Yeah, go for it, Joe. Oh, there's my concealer. Bloody thing was hiding from me. Typical. Right, I'll put some more on. Just loading up my brush with my colour corrector, which meets skincare. And this is incredible, this formula, guys, because that's better. I'm using quite a bit more this time, and because we've made it ourselves for quite a less amount of money that we would pay in the shops, we can use as much as we want. It is safe to use around the eyes. There's nothing dodgy in this at all. Beautiful ones. And you can even just use it as an eye cream. I mean, obviously I don't wear eyeshadow, so I'm not going to be correcting my under eyes. Not that that's what that's for, but you know, it is just to correct dark shadows, so on, under your eyes. But because it is such a moisturizing formulation that your concealer will just glide on, beautiful ones, and you will look fabulous. If you want a little bit more coverage, then just use a little bit more titanium dioxide. Use half a teaspoon as opposed to a quarter, or even a full teaspoon. Possibly a full teaspoon might be pushing things a little bit. You might look like a panda bear with, you know, big white patches under your eyes. But give it a try, guys. You know, you're not wasting money, not lots and lots of money. I mean, if you went out there and bought a colour corrector which went wrong or didn't suit your skin tone, you've wasted quite a bit of money. Whereas we're making it ourselves, you're not wasting the money, and also you can also keep those ingredients for later experiments or tutorials, so on. I have got these here. These are my favorite white shop made or ready made factory made white creams, and the reason I've got these is just to say, if you can't be bothered or have no inclination to make the base, that looks better in the light, doesn't it? Sorry, the base cream, just swap it out for an unfragranced white cream which is safe to use around your eyes. And that's my advice to you, beautiful ones. But you know, it's no fun. I suppose it is quite good fun to do it that way, but if you make something like the color corrector itself from scratch, then you know exactly what's gone into that. You've seen it at every stage, whereas you haven't with something like this. Also, this hasn't got any preservatives in at all. You can add preservatives, add it into the water if it's a water soluble preservative at the water stage. So when we dissolve the caffeine tablets in the very beginning, then, you know, just add it then. If it's an oil soluble one, add when we're, well, you know what I'm trying to say. Costings is always difficult, guys, because I'm using such small amounts of such big products. I mean, my huge bag of emulsifying wax was £9.99, I believe, and I use a fraction of that, maybe a tablespoon, to 2 tablespoons per each cream I make, and then the same with the mineral oil. Again, you can swap the oil out and use any oil you want. Olive oil, almond oil would go particularly well. Grapeseed oil is a nice one as well. But yeah, with regards to costing, all I know is that the Co-enzyme Q10 for 30 tablets, 50 milligram tablets, costs 69 pence, something ridiculously cheap. The beta carotene is a little bit more expensive, possibly $4.99 for 90 capsules. But again, you know, I mean, how much would we pay for a ready-made shop, factory-made color corrector, you know, from the shops? It would cost a huge amount, and also you're buying such small amounts at the time, whereas here I've made far too much again. What's wrong with me? Why have I made that much just for this tutorial? Why? But that's just me. I'm not going to change for anyone, guys. I've been this way my whole life. I'm not going to start now. So keep something like this in the fridge, though. If you don't add preservatives to it, use it on a daily basis or even twice daily, guys. And of course, regular use of something like this, even used as just an eye cream as opposed to an under eye corrector or a whole face corrector. It's even very good for sallow skin. I've got a very good friend in America. Hi, Luann. Hope you're well, lovey. She asked me to create a sallow skin recipe. You could use this whole formulation on your face. Get back on subject. Yeah, basically using this on a daily basis will help you to reduce fine lines and wrinkles, because it has got the coenzyme Q10 in there, which is an ultra fantastic antioxidant. It also helps to give skin energy to repair itself, as I said before. But that's it for today, beautiful ones. If you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Also leave a comment and I will reply. If I don't reply to you all, then it's because I've missed it. I do try to reply to everyone's comments. As my channel gets bigger, I might not be able to do that with all of you beautiful ones, but I'm certainly thinking of you all and I love you all very, very much. Also, do consider subscribing so that you're notified each time I release a new video, which at the moment is on a daily basis, but that will change shortly to once every 2 or 3 days, guys. All right, guys, that's it. Lots of love. Take care. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. See ya.